Hello, friends. I'm here with my boyfriend today, Angelo, and it is a video I did not see coming. We're going to talk about Charlie Kirk today and what he stood for, his values. I actually never heard of Charlie Kirk before until he got murdered. Angelo was in the bathroom, he came out, and I looked at him and he had this really strange energy. And he said, they shot Charlie Kirk. And I said, who? Charlie Kirk. And I was like, I don't know him. He said, oh, yeah, you know him. He's all over the internet. Just look for a video. I was like, no, I've never seen this guy in my whole life. But because Angelo was so affected by it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my research. And I started watching videos. And I could not stop watching videos. I soaked them in like a sponge. I was so fascinated. I just could not believe I never heard of him before. I think he is one of the greatest human beings. His patience, his compassion, his non-judgmentalism, and skillfulness in debating with the youth was absolutely outstanding. And he was addressing topics that are so very important, especially for the West here, and topics that, are dear to my heart too, that I wanted to actually address here and there on my social media accounts, but didn't know how, didn't want to offend anybody, but I think they're very important to talk about. And through the incident, now through the assassination, I think now it's really time we step up our game. Millions of people are stepping up their game and speaking out. And it's just a beautiful movement ever since. No burning cars, no people insulting each other, like nothing. It's just people are stepping up and talking about the values that Charlie Kirk stood for. So again, I love him after watching tons and tons and tons and tons of videos for his clarity, his directness, his compassion, his patience, his love for another human being. In my opinion, there was zero hatred, zero judgment. He wanted the youth to understand what they believe. Yes. And he wanted to make sure that the words they're using, that they understand the way they express themselves, that they understand the words they're using, that they understand what they believe in. I think he was brilliant. He was really, really extraordinarily brilliant in making sure people understood. Yeah. Anyways, that's from my side for now.
I've seen Charlie Kirk for many years, since 2016, the first election of Donald Trump, and it wasn't so much about Donald Trump. I was wondering who these people were, because at that time I didn't know who Donald Trump was, and the first time I seen him on TV, I thought he was very obnoxious and very loud. So I didn't expect a presidential candidate to be like that. But when you dig into the people surrounding him and what they represent, I was really shocked how, they have really strong Christian values. And they're all strong Christians and really stood for those values and beliefs. Charlie Kirk, he's a Christian man. I watched a video of him being asked if he was to die today, how do you want to be remembered? And his answer was his faith. And his faith is in Jesus and Christianity and the values that they represent. And not only the values that he represents, but if you look at his life, there are a lot of videos out there in the internet about him. But just looking at him as a person, he was a family man, he was a father. He took care of his home first, based on biblical traditions and biblical teachings, because that's what he believes, and that's what a lot of people who are Christians believe or supposed to believe, and it resonates in his life. Now, when Charlie Kirk got murdered, it wasn't the fact that he got murdered, it was the values, right? Jesus' teachings, his values, his spirit is being attacked. It's not because of Charlie Kirk. It's more than just that. Christianity was spread in early times because of martyrdom, right? They performed miracles and they were crucified and burned to death and sawed off. But why did Christianity still spread, right? It didn't spread because of the waged war. No, it spread because of what they believed. And yeah, the love for one another, not only that, but living the life with those values. And people see that, okay, they don't really have this hatred back at you. So it makes other people realize that, okay, maybe there is something behind what they're saying. And that's what's really affecting a lot of people, because it's a truth that it's universal to everybody. When he wasn't evil, he wasn't violent, and for somebody to be murdered like that in a high-profile scenario, it really affects people. And a lot of things they said has truth, so it really weighs down on the situation, and it really affects people.
I didn't watch many videos where he talked about his faith, but it's basic human values, which are in all religions, and ideally, I'd say, at the core of all religions. And they are so very important. And he was like literally embodying them. Like in my opinion, he was the embodiment of compassion. He was the embodiment of patience. He truly was. Observe him. You observe him. No matter how much he got attacked, and people were in front of him screaming at him. Like, it's not an exaggeration. I watched videos. The way people behave is, oh, holy smokes. And it is mostly, the young generation, they have like zero respect. It's just shocking. And they're just so firm in what they believe, but they don't even understand what they believe. They just throw out words. They just throw out sentences they heard or got literally indoctrinated. And he's just sitting there and responding, and sometimes very gently, and sometimes very wrathful or loud or direct, right? Depending on the energy that comes at him. So incredibly skillful. Because kindness, I wear a shirt, be kind. But be kind doesn't just mean being gentle. It never has. Jesus, like Angelo said, like he was never not just sweet and kind and gentle and loving. He was always loving, but not just gently. Same with the Buddha, same with Krishna, like all of them. There's wrath is important for kindness to subdue certain kind of minds, so that he was displaying that too. And whatever is circulating in regards to, I even got a comment on my channel, he hated non-Christians. He hated, X, Y, Z. He hated them. I personally, by observing him for many hours, did not see a shred of evidence that he was hating anybody. However, I know where these people get the idea from, because I saw some news reports, etc., where they display him in such a bad light. I could not believe it. They take out sentences completely out of context, like completely, not just a little bit, like completely, which makes him look like he hates gays and trans and whatever, for guns and whatever. But it's just not true. It's absolutely not true. He is a true Christian. And I hope that many, many people really step up, especially Christians, their game and being true Christians exactly like him, because this world needs them so badly. And he was the perfect example. And he believed in the youth. He believed, and that's why he went to the campus, the universities, and was debating them. Because they are the next generation, and he wants them to be, fit and smart and knowing what they're doing, knowing what they believe in, etc. Yeah, that he was debating them. Debate is so important. He was not shying away of being direct and sharing what he believes, but without conversion or anything. It's like, this is what I stand for, this is what I believe. And prove me wrong or prove, like, whatever, right? And then there was a debate, and they are just amazing. I can't stop watching them, to be honest. I learned so much from them. Because the thing is, over the past years, not just, the people got indoctrinated in, I don't even know how to, I don't even know how to phrase it. See, I'm still like, I don't know. But in regards to the whole gender topic, there has been said so much, there has been displayed so much in the media, and every time you are not for it, it means immediately you're against it, and you're whatever, homophobic, and all these words that they throw at you. So it's really hard to talk about the topic at all without being immediately labeled as something negative. Yeah. But I've been wanting to talk about this topic because I think it is important. I think the youth is really getting confused. They're being so confused, and it's really not necessary, and I think it is actually dangerous. Yeah. The humanity is already confused enough,
The one way that these values matter is because if you do not have a strong family culture, strong family values, the nuclear family, you will have weak societies because the children are not as strong. They're unstable. If it's not a great home, if there's confusion, they don't know what gender they are. How are they supposed to tackle worldly issues and things that happen in their daily life if they can't figure out what's between their legs? So it's not by design. In the Bible, yes, men are men and women are women. Now, it's not the same time as, thousands of years ago, but the nature still applies. Women take care of making a home, and it's in their nature to give love and receive love and be with other people. And obviously that's there for a reason, because she's designed to be with a family. She can also go to work. What's stopping her from going to work if that's such a big deal? But it also will stress her out. And men are naturally givers and sacrifice. They sacrifice. They take care of their children. Civilization have survived this long because women and men procreated, and everybody had their gender role. And biblically, it does say there that yes, marriage, one woman, one man, they have children, and it does have instructions there for each unit how to behave and treat one another. And the blessings of that is it'll come with the healthy relationships that you have, and you're able to have a strong family unit and carry on to the next generation. I mean, that's how humans were designed.
We're going to wrap up the video now. I'm going to make another separate video on Charlie Kirk's core values. But yeah, we just wanted to address it briefly. And of course, we want to send out our prayers to Charlie Kirk's family, his wife and his 2 children, his family in general, his friends, and the millions of followers that he inspired, that he helped on the path of becoming a better human being. And yeah, I just wish that this world is gonna keep going at the pace it's going, because the last few days were just absolutely amazing. People going out on the streets. We went to a vigil here, and then people questioning, it's like, oh, why is there a vigil? Why are we not praying for the children? Why are we, in war zones, etc.? But this, I think, was just a different level. As Angelo said, this was not just about one man's death. It was about his values, which were so beautiful and important. And we have not lived them enough, and we have not defended them enough. We have not voiced them enough. So, yeah, over the past years, especially since COVID, but it already started before, we've just been trampled on by especially mentally, I would say, not so well people, and it's being really pushed in the media, and we gotta get our voice back. We gotta stop being so nice, stop being the good girls, stop being the nice guy, and really standing up firmly, still kindly, still with compassion and love, seeing the divine in each other, just like Charlie, but making sure that we help people this way. By being nice and passive, nobody is helped. Nobody has ever been helped. Nobody will ever be helped. Yeah. Yeah, that's why the vigils are so beautiful and they're important. Yeah, it sends a message into the world. Look at Charlie's values, live them. And then the world's automatically a better place. Yeah. I think it already is, since his assassination, as horrible as it sounds, but people are rising up. I feel different too. I feel, more strength is within me. Less fear of offending people. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna stop here. Once again, prayers to the whole world, especially Charlie's family. And everybody affected, and people rise up for the benefit of all sentient beings. Amen. Good?
Mm-hmm.